What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grant, and you're watching Sub Urban Nerd, this channel where I give my nerd views on today's nerd news. And I know you guys are all wondering why I've got this eye patch looking thing behind my glasses. Well, it has something to do with our main story, the first story. And what it is, we'll start right now. Deathstroke might be getting a solo movie, and it might be directed by Raid. Well, it might be directed by the guy who directed Raid. Yeah, according to the the Raid helmer Gareth Evans. First of all, let me take this because it's hard as hell trying to read this. Trying to do this with the little pads. The Raid director Gareth Evans is in talks to not just write but also direct, or not just direct but also write the script for the new Deathstroke movie. The Deathstroke movie has been in talks since Batman. In fact, there was a teaser, which I'm gonna try and see if I can put it down in the descriptions. But there's a teaser that Ben Affleck had slipped out, showcasing the main person that's going to still be in this movie, Joe Manganiello. Joe Manganiello, however you pronounce it. The guy that was supposed to be Deathstroke, we thought he was going to go away because the whole Batman thing, not even knowing if Ben Affleck's going to be Batman, this whole fiasco thing was falling apart. But this guy just stayed true. Like he said, even in interviews, he was like, I don't know what DC's doing, but, you know, I'm still here. And it worked out for him because they have the guy that did The Raid. The Raid was a great movie. Even though I believe the second Raid, Raid 2, was better than the first one, you can't deny the first one was a masterful movie. And that's where this, like, the new Judge Dredd movie, it sort of kind of based its idea off of that. But if he's helming this, then I have full confidence in, because The Raid was a great movie, great action, really good story. It just, the action was just go crazy over top. The choreography of the fight choreography was just crazy. And Deathstroke, he should be showcased in the best form, and I believe Gareth Evans could do the best with him, because like the scene that they had in Batman vs Superman, where Batman was flipping around in the warehouse and beating him up, I think they could do just as good a job with Deathstroke. In fact, Deathstroke is supposed to be like the equal to Batman. In fact, he's not, Batman's the best detective, but technically Deathstroke is just as good. In fact, they have a comic book called Deathstroke versus Superman, and if Deathstroke was down to it, he could beat Superman. Just like how Batman, if he plans it out, he could beat Superman. And that's how good Deathstroke is. So I'm happy that he's getting the movie, and that Joe Manganiello's still on talks to do it. Because, like I said, I'm going to put in the description, it shows Joe Manganiello in a full outfit, full suit of the Deathstroke, and he looks awesome. And I'm looking forward to it. Next, we have Netflix has released another trailer for the movie Bright by David Ayer. And I've told the synopsis before, but if you don't know, synopsis is basically, this is a world where there's orcs, there's elves, and there are humans, and they all live together. And this orc is the first orc of this race or kind to become an LA police officer, and he gets partnered up with Will Smith, which does not really like him. He's kind of like, I don't hate you guys, just I would prefer not to work with you. But he makes it like, yo, if I'm going to work with you, yo, you got to show me that you've got my back. And they go on, you know, the regular cop route, but until the story gets twisted when they run into this female that has a magic wand. And a magic wand in this world is pretty much like a nuclear weapon. It can grant any wish you want. If you want to be tall, it'll make you tall. If you want to be rich, be a billionaire, it'll make you a billionaire. If you want cars, it'll do this. Like, this thing defies reality, so therefore it's pretty much the most valuable thing in this world. And then it turns into another thing where the cops, the good cops, the human cops, they say they want to take this and either sell it or do something. And Will Smith, being a good cop, was like, no, we can't do this, we got to turn it in. And then the orc is partnered up with him, and they're basically like, yo, we don't want no one knowing. We're going to kill the orc because we don't trust him, and you come. So you're either with us or against us. And then that's where, as soon as they take the wand, bam, they're off. And this is all from the trailers. I'm not giving any spoilers, but this is what I've seen from the trailers. And it looks like it might be a good movie, you know, like where they're just pretty much on the run and trying to just do whatever they can, trying to figure out this mystery of where this thing came from and all that. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. I'm going to try and see it put in the description below as well for the new trailer, and I'm looking forward to it. Next on the Nerd Rundown, we've got Jimmy Olsen, Marc McClure himself, is going to be cameoing in the new Justice League movie. And I find it funny because Jimmy Olsen, he's the original Jimmy Olsen from the Superman movies. I find it funny how this is the only way we can have Jimmy Olsen in this universe now, seeing how they killed him off in the first 5 minutes of Batman vs. Superman. Don't know why. I don't know why they had to say his name, Jimmy Olsen, to be the camera guy when they just shot him. Like, it just didn't make any sense. Batman vs. Superman killed off so many people from the Superman lore that, like, really are kind of important. They're side characters, but you really shouldn't kill them. Like, you got Jimmy Olsen. You got Mercy, who's an assistant to Lex Luthor, just in the office, in the courtroom. Like, you couldn't warn your chick? Like, really? You gonna blow her up like that? Whatever. But, so we're gonna get the cameo of him. Hey, good he's still doing things. Good he's still making that money. Good on you. Next on the Nerd Rundown, we've got Kevin Feige confirms the return of of Kork and Miek, which I haven't seen the Thor Ragnarok movie. I hear they're great. I hear they're funny. And it's sort of a spoiler that they're trying to make like this, have them in future installments. So apparently when I see it, I know they're probably not going to die. But regardless of the fact, hey, if they're going to be in a new one, okay. Don't really know, don't really care because I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know how good he is or they are in it. So if Kevin Feige thinks they're good enough to be in future installments, I'm down with it. Next on the Nerd Rundown, remember yesterday I talked about how Dora the Explorer is getting a live-action movie, and she's going to be a teenager, and I went kind of on and on about how she's going to probably have sex, be a nymphomaniac, have like a crack baby, and the Diego is going to become abusive and all this stuff. Well, like I said, that's all just speculation as far as in my crazy head. That was never said. But one of the things I mentioned was Michael Bay was supposed to be producing this movie, which kind of set me on that route with my mind, because when Michael Bay is involved, there's going to be sex, there's going to be violence, there's going to be explosions. And Dora the Explorer needs explosions. She needs to be like Tomb Raider, but Latina. Going, exploring, all these different type of things. But except, I don't know, it's not going to be C, but like, if that's what they're going to do, I wouldn't mind. I'd actually watch it. It seems kind of fun. If Michael Bay was actually just go balls to the walls, like Bad Boys and shit, like just make her the extreme, I would actually watch it, because I'm like, I just want to see how crazy he can go. But he's not going to be part of it. That's the news today. He's not going to be producing. Though his production company, Platinum Dunes, is going to be overseeing and producing it, he's not going to be producing himself. So therefore, I don't know if he's going to have that much influence over it. But hey, we'll see what goes. I don't know what they can do with Dora the Explorer, but apparently, like I said, she's going to be teenager. She's going to be moving to like the city or New York or whatever to live with her cousin Diego, and hijinks ensues. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if it's going to be comedy. I have no idea what they're going to do. But we'll see what happens when it comes out. They're doing a lot of live action. Haven't really been successful, but like I said, we'll see. Next we got bad news. Geostorm might not be successful. I know. It might lose Warner Brothers Company $100 million. That's what they're estimating. The movie did make a whopping $14.7 million this weekend, and I contributed to at least $16 of that. So, but like, I'm gonna see if I can put my review like notation over there. But I'm gonna see if I can put my review in the notations, because I enjoyed it for what it was. People have been asking me this weekend, what do I think of the movie, and I said like this. As far as disaster movies go, just based off disaster movies, because disaster movies have you ever been scaled? Like, I tell people like this, like, you ever had a class where everybody just did really bad on a test, and the teacher starts scaling them, so the worst grade becomes a D now, whatever, and then the best grade becomes an A, even if it's like a C or whatever. That's kind of how I do this with disaster movies. So, this disaster movie, it had a lot of flaws, but I was still entertained. I still enjoyed, for the most part, it. And I found it funny because I guess it was so predictable. I was just calling things out. that I just found it sort of funny and just ridiculous, and I enjoyed it, and I give it a B minus. As far as disaster movies, if I was putting it in movies in general, I'd probably give it a D. But as far as disaster movies, B minus. You know what I'm saying? It to me, it was better than 2012 in a way. 2012 was visually, it was amazing, but characters, plots, everything, I hated about it. So yeah, the budget was 120 million and they made like 15 million basically. Yeah, but Warner Brothers is not losing money. They've made a lot of money on other franchises. You know, Warner Brothers is not going to be hurting too much from this. This is just a write-off for them. So, you know what? Hey, keep trying to do these things, man. Keep adventuring. Keep trying. Like, they did the King Arthur movie that failed. I enjoyed it. And the director of that is going to be directing the new, Aladdin movie. I forget what his name is. It's slipping my mind right now, but he's going to be directing a new movie. So, Guy Ritchie, I believe. Guy Ritchie is the one that's going to be directing. That directed the King Arthur movie, and he's going to be directing Aladdin live action. So, that's pretty much it as far as nerd news. I'm just going to run down the movies that are going to be coming out tomorrow for the weekend, so you can maybe try and check it out and see what you want to watch. The first movie is Thank You for Your Service. It's Miles Teller. He's going to be basically a soldier that's coming back from overseas, dealing with pretty much PSD, and it's just, the movie's just about soldiers, just dealing with that. I can understand what they're trying to do. I don't know if it's gonna do too well because, like other people, documentaries and stuff like that, like based off of true stories are better, or even based off like actually have real soldiers. I forget. They had that movie. I forget that where it had real Navy SEALs in the movie. That was good. Like all these other Miles Teller, him as a soldier coming back, PSD. Not really too interested. Sorry, it's just not. If it was something else more real, I definitely probably could be behind it. Even like American Sniper, I would like. That was a great movie. I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? It won awards. But this one, not too sure. Next we got Suburbicon. It has Matt Damon in it. It was directed by George Clooney, and it was written by Coen brothers. I don't know too much about this. I've seen a trailer. It's supposed to be somewhat semi-comedy. I don't know about it. I'm not too sure. But if you guys want to see it, check out a trailer. We'll see if you like it. Next, the last one we've got is probably what most people are going to see because it is Halloween and it is Jigsaw. Jigsaw's back, and he's back with a vengeance. He's doing what Jigsaw does, trying to kill people, torture them, trying to teach a lesson. And that's what the movie's all about. If you like torture porn, it's all for you. Me, I've said it in other videos, I'm not in for torture porn. Torture porn, it sounds perverted, but torture porn basically like movies that are really gory and slashy, like body parts ripped and all that, like really gory. That's what torture porn is, because people just enjoying themselves off of seeing people get tortured. That's not for me. I just can't do it. Not that I don't have the stomach, it's just I don't want to see that. So that's pretty much it for the Nerd Roundup. Remember to like, tell your friends, subscribe right here. Check out yesterday's Nerd News video. Check out the playlist. And hey, you know what? Check out the Geostorm review. So remember, I'm Wes Grant. You've been watching Suburban Nerd. And you've just been nerdified. Catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out.